fact going. We are
Oh,
live on Twitch, YouTube, and YouTube Vertical. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pixel Profiles, where I, ManBearZac, sit down with content.
You are using the Borderlands title.
Hey. No, I'm not. Am I? I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, yeah, don't move. I'm fixing things. I literally, I thought I fixed that already.
No, you did not.
At TeaMan.
You
4066. I did almost do trashy plays. Talk shows. I thought I fixed this, but apparently Twitch decided to not save. Interview new streamer. There we go. Got some tags. There we go. Okay. So it wouldn't be a ManBearZac stream if there wasn't some level of scuff built in. You know what I mean?
I mean, of course.
Yes, there has to be some level of scuff. So let's go ahead and announce everyone live. There we go. Okay. Anyway, see, this is typically why we do starting soon screens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for some reason, the YouTube link that I posted shows the finale for the Ultra Sun Egglock, but it does go to Pixel Profiles, so that's at least good. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and do the dang thing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pixel Profiles, where I, ManBearZac, sit down with content creators from all around the content creation sphere, whether that be Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, wherever I can find them. I want to talk to them. Today, we have somebody that is very near and dear to my heart and has been a member of my community for a very, very long time. We have formerly Trashy Plays, but now goes by TeaMan4066, aka I'm the Trash Man on Twitter. Hello, Trashy. Welcome to the show. I know you've been looking forward to this pretty heavily.
I really have, man. I have been so excited for this one, brother.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've been, God, without breaking Twitch TOS, how long have you been a member of my community?
Well, I believe I can check chat for that one.
We can, in fact, check chat for that one.
The Trash Man.
I turned off. I muted StreamerBot. What the actual frick?
4 years, 1 month, 23 days, and 16 hours.
Heck yeah. Oh, I muted Steam, not StreamerBot. I am a good streamer. I am top tier streamer. Top tier.
Absolutely. Right here, bro.
All right. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, from my personal experience, I first started watching streams, and I didn't really watch streams for very long before I determined whether or not I actually wanted to do content creation or streaming in some kind. You know, I watched Curvy Llama, Admiral Baru, and I was like, I want to do that. So I just sat down and started doing it. You, as a member of my community, and I know there was kind of sort of like an age barrier to actually getting started with streaming for you specifically. What was like the decision like in your head to like, what was the switch flipping moment where you decided that it was something that you wanted to try and do?
You know, that's actually that's a difficult question, because it's really been ever since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I first started out wanting to be a YouTuber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to make it big, up there with names like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, people like that.
Right.
After a while in, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on Twitch. I'm just kind of decided to make a Twitch account, and I think, pardon my lack of being able to get a coherent sentence out of my mouth for a moment.
If there's one person you don't need to apologize to for not being able to make a coherent sentence, it's me. You're in the right place for that, brother.
It's fair enough. Okay. So, I had just finished watching Jacksepticeye's playthrough of Doom Eternal.
Right.
Then I was like, I know it's been a few years since this game came out, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if anyone's streaming it on Twitch. I went onto Twitch, created an account, and then kind of just accidentally stumbled upon you. Frankly, with a lot of streamers, I just don't feel like I don't feel that connection that that helps me stay around with, a certain community.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
Especially for a long period.
Mm-hmm.
With most streamers, I just didn't feel that. When I popped into your community, I was like, oh hey, I actually feel like I can keep coming back here. I feel comfortable.
I appreciate that. But hey, this isn't about me.
Yeah, it's about me.
It's about you.
It's just that you have been a big part of my story.
Well, thank you.
That's the first time I've heard that one in a while. Anyways. There was a brief while where I was kind of like, I'm not sure I want to do this myself, but I'm gonna give it a shot. At the time, I had a PlayStation 4, and anyone here who has a PlayStation knows that it has a built-in ability to stream to both Twitch and YouTube. Can't do them at the same time, but you can do one or the other.
True.
Of course, this does come with some limitations. The PS4 one has kind of this forced overlay that, is just not... It's just kind of bleh.
Yeah, it's a bit clunky. It kind of forces your stream to kind of look like everybody else's.
Yeah, and it's just not good.
Yeah, that's what I liked streaming. That's what I liked about streaming from the Xbox. Because back when I first started streaming, I was bouncing back and forth between a PC and an Xbox. And Xbox, it just showed the game. If you wanted to have a webcam, you could, but it just showed the game. Didn't have any of that extra clunkiness to it.
Yeah, which I'll admit that was definitely one of the few things that I will give to Xbox on this one.
Yeah.
Generally, I do happen to be Team PlayStation myself.
You bitch.
Hate me if you want. It's the truth. The hardware is better.
That's a conversation for another time, but go on.
You know what? Fair enough. All right. Hold on a moment. Let me just, okay, boop, doop, doop, doop. There we go. Sorry, I had some tech issues over here.
No worries.
Okay, so where was I?
Me.
Okay, anyways.
I joke, but you were. That's where you were.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, after... I wasn't really too successful, except for that one time I had Mr. Beast in my chat, and I did not know who he was at the time. He asked for a dono link, and I told him I straight up don't have one, because I didn't at the time.
Unfortunate. Oh, that's a bummer.
Unfortunate. Sucked.
Yeah.
Looking back, I was like, oh, that was Mr. Beast. And I know exactly what I was doing too. I was streaming Jump Force.
So, when you decided to like actually start streaming, right? When you like, all right, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. Was there anything that you found about streaming that you were like, "Oh, I didn't know that it took this, or I didn't know that I had to deal with that." Is there something like that kind of took you by surprise?
Bots.
Bots? Yeah, bots. Bots are definitely a thing. It is,
'Cause
especially recently. Yeah.
with PlayStation, when you're streaming off it, though the stream can't see it, you get a little notification whenever some like on the side of your stream whenever your viewer count updates.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd see that number go up from like 2 maybe to 3. I'd see it go up by 1 and I'm like, "Oh, hey, a new person. Welcome in, welcome in." And then I'd go on my usual spiel about, if you would just want to lurk, that's totally fine, but if you want to chat, please say hello. And then bot
Yep.
behavior, offering to have me buy sub, offering to have me buy follows, and I'm like, "No. Get out. Get out of my chat."
Yep.
It has gotten to the point where I have genuinely hired a moderator.
Yeah. If you recall, a few years ago, I had to change my Twitch chat to verified accounts only, and there was a period of time where you couldn't talk in chat because you couldn't verify your account. Like where you had to like verify through email or verify through phone or something like that, and that cut down on my bots significantly. To where like you could only chat if you were verified, but now the bots are getting sneaky and hacking people's accounts and using actual verified accounts to chat. So, it was a good quick fix at the time, but nowadays it's like, ugh.
You can't really get around them.
Yeah.
Without just having a mod team.
Yeah. Or just being quick on your feet with the ban button.
Yeah, which is why usually when I'm streaming, I have my phone off to one side with the stream manager open.
Yeah.
So that way I can just look. I can, if I see a bot message appear on like left side of my screen, I can just look over to my phone, tap the person, ban.
Exactly.
Reason, bot.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
So, it's okay. So we got the bot issue. We've got the bot issue down. Has there been anything else? Has there been anything else that's kind of like taking you by surprise?
There's a whole lot of intuition involved with mainly the analytics, because it's like,
Yes.
sure, you can play whatever the heck you want. Doesn't always mean it's going to perform very well.
Mm-hmm.
And, as someone who at some point hopes to expand their career, well, their streaming from just like I'll just do it whenever I feel like it, to a full-on career.
Right.
You kind of really got to learn how, and you got to learn to kind of judge the overall. You got to learn what games to play in order to keep your analytics up.
Yes, analytics are huge, but you also have to find that happy medium between playing what you like and analytics, because you can't just pick what gets you viewers. If you just pick what gets you viewers, you're going to be miserable.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, right now I'm like I'm having a ton of fun with No Man's Sky. That's
yeah.
Pardon if I may, but that's actually what I was streaming last night.
Hey, this is about you. You can promo all you want here.
Hell yeah!
Let's go!
Ugh. But yeah. I've noticed that my best performing stream in a long while was a No Man's Sky stream.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Were you doing
know if
anything? Were you doing anything in particular during those streams, or was it just like screwing around?
I was playing through the main story. Kind of trying to put two and two together, figure out what was going to happen next. You know?
Yeah. That's another thing you have to take into account. Is it the game, or is it what you're doing in the game?
It can be either one.
Yep.
Because what was I going to say?
Story of my life. While you're thinking about that, I'll just give kind of a personal thing that I've found that's related to what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Because like you may have noticed, people in chat may have noticed that like the vast majority of what I've been doing throughout my career has been Pokemon Nuzlocke. It started out as just like, okay, I'm going to try and do this thing. I'm going to try, and if a Pokemon faints, it dies. I didn't even know that that was a thing in the streaming sphere until like 2 or 3 weeks in, when somebody said, "Oh, you're doing a Nuzlocke?" And I'm like, "Is that what this is called?" But in a way, you know, I don't think as many people would watch if all I was doing was a Let's Play. You know, it's people enjoy Pokemon content, which is why I do it. But based on my analytics, you know, it goes back. It all goes back to analytics. You know, unless it's the first time I'm playing a game, I have to make a challenge out of it, and that's just been something that it's kind of pigeonholed me in a way. It's not something I sought out to do. It's not something I sought out to be the main focus of my channel. But, you know, it is what it is. So I've kind of transitioned into more of a challenge streamer than a Pokemon Nuzlocke streamer.
I gotcha. And kind of going back on what you said earlier, this is more just a personal thing. I've actually been interested in trying to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke myself. Most likely was going to do, for my first run, I was probably gonna do most likely Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But this is more just me asking for, at some point, you helping me get my OBS and Citra set up and everything for this.
Finding Citra is the issue nowadays.
I already have an installer.
Okay, so we're good there. Streaming Citra is another issue, because you told me before stream started that all you have is an Optiplex. And yes, it's an upgraded Optiplex, but it's still an Optiplex.
It is Lord and Savior Potato.
Yes, and I'm going to be completely honest. Based on your hardware, I'm not sure you'll be able to stream Citra. Then we can trial and error it. We can try and figure something out.
This big girl surprised me more than a few times. Even though she's only got a GT 1030 in there, she can run as long as I turn, you know, a lot of settings down.
That's the problem, because you're also going to be rendering everything with OBS too. So you got to remember, even with my computer, before I updated my graphics card to an RX 5700, and upgraded my CPU. Oh, hey, look, somebody to ban.
Oh, we got a bot?
Yep. Even before I had to,
Goodbye.
do all of that nonsense. Before I upgraded everything, I could barely run Citra. The first Omega Ruby run that I did, barely ran. Period. And that's not Citra's fault. That's not my computer's fault. That's just how Pokemon games are. For those of you that don't know, Pokemon games are not well optimized. Period. Even on their native hardware, they lag.
I think that's intentional.
Well, I don't think it's intentional. Here's the thing. Because all you have to do is look at fan-made Pokemon games. All fan-made Pokemon games that are built from the ground up, all of them run better than the Pokemon games that are equivalent in graphic fidelity. I think one of my rules is to not bash other streamers. The Pokemon Company is not another streamer. I love the Pokemon franchise. I am a diehard Pokemon fan. But their games, it's like they don't go through QA. It's like they don't go through quality assurance. It's like they don't have testers. They don't run well. They do not run well.
Not to mention getting a hold of because I have a Switch Lite over like freaking it's like 10 feet away currently. Yeah. That thing it runs the games I like, but Scarvy does not like it.
Scarvy doesn't like anything. Scarvy, you've seen Scarvy on my streams. It lags so bad while it's in docked mode. Like, docked mode is supposed to be like, okay, release restraint, high fidelity game. Like, that's what it's supposed to do.
And Scarvy, it just chugs.
It's just, it literally looks like it's trying to run on a 3DS. That's what it looks like.
It about feels like it too.
Yeah.
And trust me, I love the 3DS era Pokemon.
I do too.
That was like what really got me into Pokemon was some dude on YouTube was playing Pokemon Y. I was still a kid, and I ended up asking for a 3DS and Pokemon Y for Christmas. Like, I was young.
I still haven't played Black and White.
I'm telling you, it's worth it.
I keep telling myself, it's like, hey, Black and White's one of those that you haven't played. You should probably play it at some point in time.
And you want to know the hilarious thing? I guarantee you, I could easily find a way of getting it for ya.
Dad, can you do that not close to my mic? That was disgusting, dude.
What? I didn't hear it.
Okay, I am so glad you didn't hear it. Oh my god.
Did he rip ass?
No, never mind. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Didn't come over the mic. We're ignoring it. We're pretending it didn't happen. But just know I gagged a little bit.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. I have Black 2. I have Pokemon Black 2. So like are Black 2 and White 2 direct sequels, or are they remakes?
They are direct sequels.
They're direct sequels. So I have to play Black and White before I play Black 2 and White 2. Okay.
Though I will say this. Story-wise, you don't need to play the first games to enjoy the second. But if you happen to have like save data from Black and White 1, you can actually catch N's Pokemon in Black and White 2.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's
as well
one.
as a few
That's
other-
one thing. That's one thing that Pokemon does well. Is little Easter eggs like that. I will say.
Yeah, but if you happen to have save data from Black and White 1, you can. There are a few bonuses in Black and White 2. I will say, part of Black and White 2, you cannot get berries anymore. Because it all came from what's it called? Pokemon Dream World.
Oh, that's right. I remember there being something about that. I remember people talking about that. Yep.
You can no longer get things like berries or hidden abilities in Black and White 2 because Dream World shut down.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to me.
Yeah. I know. We will get back. I promise this is one thing I'm just going to say, okay? This is being streamed during day 1 of TwitchCon. And there is currently a day 1 TwitchCon stream going along. So that's why, if you notice, there's like literally nobody in chat right now. It's just bad timing. It's all good.
Yeah.
So
I'm not taking any offense to it. I imagine over on YouTube we might have something.
maybe. At the moment, no. But it's day 1 of TwitchCon. So I'm not really expecting any viewership. Period.
No, that
even
doesn't bother
if
me, like, at all.
Yeah, even if I wasn't doing a Pixel Profiles, I doubt I'd get any viewership at all today. So.
Oh yeah, no, this doesn't bother me in the slightest.
All right, cool. So I just didn't want you being like,
I'm not
disappointed
at all.
Yeah, the end stream. There's most likely not going to be an end stream Q&A like there normally is.
And you know what? That's totally fine.
Yep. Okay, back to you. So you mentioned Markiplier. You mentioned me. Have there been any other streamers that you've really been enjoying that are like kind of have inspired you to do anything unique or different with your stream? And follow-up question, of those unique and different things, do you have any ideas for your content, or for not the games you're going to be streaming, but for your content that you would like to incorporate into your streams?
So as far as examples, or for like role models and such, really I've kind of most of the time when I'm trying to put this in words is difficult.
Yeah, let's clean up the question a little bit. Who do you watch? Who do you watch stream wise?
Stream wise,
or even YouTuber wise?
Yeah, just in general. As far as YouTube goes, I tend to watch a lot of food videos, but that's just kind of because I have the appetite to say it.
I forgot to mute the raid alert. Rim, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you, buddy.
What is good, Rim?
I turned the raid alert way down. Hello, Rim. Thank you for the raid. Hello, raiders. We are sitting down with TeaMan4066, a longtime member of the stream, and we are welcome to our Pixel Profiles segment. We are getting into who trashy watches.
Okay. So as I said, YouTube-wise, I watch a lot of food creators because it's just like I have the appetite of a freaking Saiyan. Yet I'm somehow
Same,
still a twig.
honestly.
Anyways, I also watch just a lot of. I watch pretty much whatever the algorithm throws my way in terms of YouTube.
Yep.
So there's meh. In terms of Twitch, though, I've got a couple of like just. I've got a couple of streamers that I follow really closely. You being one of them.
I like how your PNG didn't light up when you said you being one of them. It was like a little side comment that the PNG was like, this is a message like for the side people. Anyway, moving on. Yep.
Another one of them. I'm just gonna go ahead and send you a Twitch channel to do an SO command for.
Okie dokie. Cloudy Clarity. Clarity, I know.
Yep.
But is it spelled exactly like that? Hello, Codman.
Let me check. I'm in her Discord. Yes.
Okay, there's that. There's a shout out command. I don't have the video shout outs enabled on this overlay.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's one of them. Of course, there's also Spelly, though I tend to just lurk in her chat.
Of course.
Spelly.
Yep. Fantastic person in general.
Other than that, there just are a few. The rest are just kind of small name VTubers who I just kind of don't really remember off the top of my head.
Fair enough.
There aren't a whole lot of streamers that I felt I'm able to connect to, which helps me, stick around.
Yeah. That's a big one. There's some streamers that I watch that are like purely for the entertainment value, but I don't consider myself part of their community.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's a random thing I used to do. I used to go around into random VTubers chats, and then I'd look at their model, and I'd try to guess what Pokemon type they'd be.
Okay, for what you sent me, you would absolutely be Psychic Grass.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah, Psychic Grass.
And you would know Zen Headbutt. I'm just saying. Anyway.
I believe that actually that's a good time to transfer into a bit of a related story.
All right, chat. Story time. Get comfy.
You already know this. Some people in chat might have already heard this. But it's in the thumbnail.
Overcoming great adversity?
Directly under my username.
Like and subscribe the video?
Yep.
Oh, the PNG thumbnail. Oh, yeah. You need to ask me a question. Yes. Okay, so real quick, we are getting to that. But
okay.
Of those, because you mentioned some content creators, but the follow-up question that I asked previously, is there anything that you see other content creators doing that you're like, I want to incorporate that. I want I want to try and do something with that on my stream. Is there anything that you've seen other people doing that you're like, I like that idea. I want to try and do that.
First thing, VTuber. I've absolutely been enthralled by the idea. Hardware limitations be damned.
Yeah, true. True.
Other than that, I haven't found too many ideas that like, yeah, I think I'd be interested in it, but I also really I'm open to suggestions, but all things considered, I think for where I am now, just starting out, I think I've got something decent going here.
Yeah, I would argue you have better quality of stream than I did when I started.
That says something.
Well, another thing you have to consider, back when I started, like, there was like 30 seconds to a minute of delay with chat. Streamlabs was still called Twitch alerts. And
that sounds like that feels like nails on the chalkboard.
And some people still streamed in 360p.
That feels like nails on a chalkboard.
Well, nails in your eyes more so, but yes. I mean, you can ask Codman. He's been around basically for that long. But my first microphone setup, my very first microphone setup was a wired Xbox 360 controller with an Xbox 360 headset. I would plug my Xbox 360 controller into my computer, and I would use the Xbox 360 microphone as my mic for my stream when I first got started.
You want to know something funny?
What's up?
That's pretty much what I plan to do as soon as I figure out how to map a DualSense controller to a PC.
DualSense, you can just use Bluetooth, pretty sure.
Yeah, I know you can use Bluetooth, but it doesn't have the same input methods as like a PC does.
Yeah.
So you have to manually map it to keybinds, which is hell on earth.
Yeah. But with a lot of games, you can literally choose your keybinds with your controller. A lot of games have built-in DualSense
support. Yeah.
Yeah, which is good, and a lot of companies should do that. Honestly.
Now, the one issue I've found with hooking up a DualSense to my PC is that it doesn't register the DualSense as an audio device.
Yeah, it has to be USB for that. You have to be plugged in hardware-wise for that.
Which it can't do. The transfer of like data and such is purely wireless. Oh shit, I just accidentally booted up my PlayStation.
Yeah, it only charges through the cable in a lot of senses.
It only charges and pairs through the cable.
Yeah. I think there's software you can download that fixes that, but
yeah, like lets you. Yeah. In terms of
it's clunky.
Yeah, it's clunky. But yeah, I had a very similar setup starting out. Like back when I was like really, really new to the whole thing. Like hadn't even been on Twitch for like a year.
Yeah.
Even just as a user, my account was less than a year old.
But yeah, is there okay? I've already asked. You've already said, kinda, but not really. Other than VTubing. VTubing is a great way, and I've talked about this with VTubers on stream. Talked about this with Oz last Pixel Profiles. VTubing is a great way for anybody watching, anybody interested in streaming, VTubing is a fantastic way, if you're not comfortable on camera, to have something for people to associate with your content without necessarily having to be on camera. So if you want to stream but you don't want to be on camera, look into VTubing. Or with what I have over here for TeaMan. God, that's so weird to say. What I have over here with TeaMan, it's called
A
React PNG. And it's just an add-on you can download from OBS. You have an image, you choose a darker image. Like right now, he's not talking, it's darker. And then he can talk.
Hello, 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 hello.
And it lights up. It's basically just like a quick little flashy interactive thing that you can have on stream. And it's free to use. So if you want a picture, if you want something like that, don't want to be on camera, but you still want to stream, there you go. There's your option.
Now, I will 100% say, it is incredibly difficult to get that set up with the current hardware I have at my disposal.
If you have OBS, this is plug and play. It is.
Now, I don't know if my PC does my PC does chug really hard as soon as I boot up OBS.
Okay, so that's something we're gonna have to talk about later whenever you do decide to start trying to stream Citra. Yeah, where that's something we're gonna have to work on.
It may be a software thing. It may just be like settings and such.
Probably not. But that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
Speaking of conversations. Trashy, I need to ask you something real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, here we go. Here we go. So, for those of you that don't know, I know this because Trashy's been a member of my community for a very long time. Trashy has some pretty bad luck. By the way, I'm calling him Trashy because his original username was Trashy Plays, and I can't not call him that. It's like when Skullshaker comes into chat. I know his real name, and I can't not call him his real name. It bothers me. I don't know why. Once I have somebody's name in my head, I have to call them by that. It's like Curvy Llama does the exact same shit. She calls people by like the first time she misreads a name, that's it. That's all she calls people by. So I call him Trashy. Just remember, when I say Trashy, I mean TeaMan. Okay?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yes. Story time.
Okay. So, as Zach did say earlier, I have some pretty garbage luck. So, my family used to have this, like, really old, like, antique axe. It was, I think, it was a battle axe, I think. I don't remember exactly the significance it had, but it was very old, very valuable. We made a horrible choice by putting it directly above a door frame.
This story is going exactly where you think it is, chat.
I go to walk under that door frame, the hook holding the axe up gives out, the axe hits me in the head, barely misses my brain. I'm lucky to be alive.
Hello, Selena.
It was not fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the axe story. Now, would you like to tell people about what happened after the axe hit your head and what you have in your head?
Yes. big titanium plate that covers like pretty much the entire that entire region of my skull.
Very shiny brain plate. Very shiny brain plate.
I'm surprised that the scar is no longer visible today.
Hair is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and even when I cut it real short, you can't see the scar anymore.
That's just luck. That's just luck. My uncle had his head cut open from a double aneurysm, and
Ooh.
he that scar stuck around for a long time. He still has it, but it goes from like right at the edge of his scalp and like does like a big semicircle around his head.
Yeah.
And when the cops got to his house, he called an ambulance, right? And when the ambulance gets to his house, he's on the front porch smoking a cigarette and says, "Hang on, let me finish this before we go."
I don't know whether that man is a badass or an idiot.
He's an idiot. Because now he's a drug addict. But homeboy also, not the best luck in the world. He was a fantastic uncle before all of that nonsense started, but the aneurysm basically changed how his brain worked. Like, it completely changed his personality. So that's why it happened. But yeah. So, do you still have the demon axe?
No.
I would have kept that motherfucker in a trophy case and said, "Yes, I beat the axe." I would have kept that motherfucker.
Yeah, no, we were kind of like, yeah, no, we took that thing to a foundry and had it smelted down.
Fair enough. Do you have what was smelted down into?
Part of it. It's a little. It turns out the axe was like straight wrought iron.
Ew.
Or mostly wrought iron.
Pot metal axe? That's awful.
Yeah, it was not a good quality axe.
Well, I mean,
correction. The edge part was steel, but the majority of the bulk of the axe head.
Okay.
Wrought iron.
Okay. Well, so it probably wasn't wrought iron because you can't forge weld wrought iron. It was probably just mild steel.
But it's very poor quality steel.
Yeah, mild steel basically just means low carbon count. Basically, it's like iron. You know,
it was basically just iron.
Yeah. So if you try and forge metal wrought iron, it'll just crumble and break. It's
crumble.
Yeah.
Not
so
good.
basically, chat, I know how they did that. So they took a flat piece of mild steel, right? They heated it up, folded it over like a little taco, and they had like an open space right there for the axe head, right? And then, or for the axe handle, rather. And then, as it was closing up, they put the hardenable steel, the high quality steel, on the edge, closed it up, forge welded it together. And then, that way, the mild steel on the back end actually absorbed the shock from the axe hitting and actually makes the axe head last longer and makes it easier to put new handles on. And I'm so glad I know how to do that stuff. Anyway, moving forward. Sorry, ADHD fixations just get my brain going. It's like, no, I know how that works. Go on.
It's good. It's good. So, they ended up smelting the entire head down into one solid metal. Like one solid lump of metal.
Yep.
And then what I ended up having made from it is just some kitchen knives. Not really, like, particularly good ones either. They're just kind of there.
Yeah. That's a good use for him, I would think.
One of them's like a Chinese style cleaver.
Yeah, I mean, that'll work. You know, it's with that mild steel in there, it's probably got to sharpen it a lot.
Yeah, I've got to sharpen it a lot. They're really good looking. It's just they're pretty much just display pieces.
Yeah.
I also think there was enough left for like a small pan or something, but I don't think I ever got that one.
Yeah, probably for the best. I mean, it's all cursed anyway.
Yeah, it's all cursed anyway. I don't ever touch them unless I absolutely have to.
So I do.
Like a goddamn Muramasa sword.
Yeah, I do want to kind of expound on this situation a little bit. So, have there been any sort of extra? Let me start over. Has this affected how you live your day-to-day life? Has it?
I definitely lost a few IQ points.
Fair enough.
I definitely lost a couple IQ points.
Trauma will do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as intelligent as I used to be. What's the word I'm looking for? I get very routine, not routine. I get kind of these random, really, really intense, but really, really brief headaches.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. Yeah.
They've become a lot less frequent now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's very nice that they aren't happening a lot anymore. Most of the time, it's just like when I've just woken up. It's just
Does it affect your streaming in any way? Does it like affect your screen time? Basically, like does increased screen time affect your headaches? Basically.
No. They're mainly audio sensitive.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they're mainly caused by like really loud noises.
Okay.
I think it's because of like the vibrations going through my head.
Yeah, I can understand that. So does that prevent you from, is it more of a, okay, brain, focus on question, ask question. So are you more of a speaker gamer or headset gamer?
Depends on how I'm feeling that day. Also depends on what game I'm playing. If I'm playing something like Siege, where I kind of need to be listening for audio cues all around me, I'm having a headset on.
Gotcha.
Because this headset has the ability to do 3D audio.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Yeah. So I hear something behind me, I whip around.
Okay. Yep. All right. So
if I'm playing a more chill game like, say, No Man's Sky or Genshin, I'm just speaker.
I, believe it or not, exact same here. If I don't need spatial awareness for the game, speakers all day, every day.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm doing the interview like right now where I need to hear the person and actually have a conversation and I can't have the speaker coming over the microphone, then headset.
Yeah.
But
100%.
So now that we actually have people in chat, it is 5 till 3. So I am now going to open up any questions for chat, or from chat for TeaMan or Trashy, however you want to call him. It's, if you want to do the channel point redemption for the question, you can. But you don't necessarily have to because we're actually focusing on chat right now. YouTube, I appreciate you guys being here, but these questions are exclusively for the Twitch chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to follow T-Man, I have put his links in the description. Definitely go follow him on Twitter, YouTube, and over here on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one, and I will see you on Monday for a Pokemon Sword randomizer with no healing in battle or in the field. Only place I'll be able to heal is the Pokemon Center. More rules to come. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow Trashy, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.